Welcome back to Talking Sports with Chris. I'm Chris, and today I'm here with Saucon Valley Panthers varsity baseball player Noah Hubert. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. So you're a freshman in high school right now. How does it feel already being in the varsity level, playing with these top guys against big schools like Salisbury coming up?
It feels good. I can see my work pay off, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the success is due to the team, not just me being on the team.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of Salisbury, you guys play them tomorrow. It's a away game and it's for districts. How do you feel like? How do you prepare for that? Are you excited? What's the mind going through?
I'm just trying to be nerves free. I know there's no pressure. I believe in my team. Obviously, my brother, he's a good pitcher, and I have faith that we will succeed.
Mm-hmm. So how does the districts work right now? So what round is it and stuff like that?
Saucon Valley is actually in the finals,
Okay.
and like you said, we're away at Easton against Salisbury.
Mm-hmm. So if you guys win this game, then you win whole districts.
Yes, and
Oh,
we get
that's
states.
Oh, that's great. I'll be at the district game tomorrow, so I'll be rooting for you. Um, how long have you been playing baseball for?
Probably about 5 years old.
Mhm. That's cool. And don't you also do wrestling as well, or is that just your brother?
Yeah, I also do wrestling.
So how did that go this past season for you?
Wrestling, I was on the JV team.
Mhm.
It was a fun experience, and I'm working towards the varsity for this coming year, 2024, 2025 season.
Mm-hmm. So how long have you been wrestling as well for?
Uh, Probably a little older, like 7 or 6,
Mm-hmm.
but just both when I was really young.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, for the wrestling standpoint, do you have anyone you look up to, whether they're on the team right now or even someone who's alumni, even maybe?
I think I gotta look up to my brother. He's an accomplished athlete, and even at the academic standpoint, he's really on point.
Mm-hmm.
And just I get the privilege of growing up around him
Mm-hmm.
more than anybody else. So just looking up to him, try to aspire to be him is just great.
Mm-hmm. So having such a great mind with you in Cole Hubert, does that is he your coach basically? Like in school, you're with him, he's showing you the ins and outs, and even during baseball and wrestling, is he like that kind of person to you?
Yeah, he helps me out a lot. Most
Mm-hmm.
importantly in wrestling, I mean, he'll just help me up on wrestling moves that maybe I don't have yet. He's a little more advanced than me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just having the coaches and Cole, it's
Mm-hmm.
just sets me up for success.
Mm-hmm. So for this season, statistically wise, how have you feel like you've been doing for baseball? I know you've had some great games pitching wise. I see every now and again, but how do you feel like you've been doing this year?
I feel like I've been doing good pitching wise. I'm very confident in myself. I believe that, I'm positive attribute towards the team.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting, I mean, the numbers haven't been there, but, hopefully it'll click. I mean, as you said, I'm a freshman. No excuse, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
just going up there trying to not always, do it for myself, not for my own numbers, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
move the
Yeah.
base around in timely spots. And
Mm-hmm.
feel like there too, I have been a positive attribute for the team.
Mm-hmm. So what for you? What's the chemistry wise with the other team? Is it a kind of is it kind of loose where everyone's having a great time but also getting a lot of production done, especially now with the districts coming up?
Yeah, it is very loose. I mean, we just have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like the upperclassmen, anybody saying that they're mean is just completely wrong. They're
Mm-hmm.
so accepting, and that's what helps the underclassmen feel so free. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a lot freer than any other baseball I've had. It makes it so
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Yeah. So coming into this season, when you were at the beginning of your freshman year, was there some butterflies in your stomach? Was it nervous at first because there's a lot of kids older than you and it's just varsity, you're playing against like the better parts of different schools, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a little nerves, but like going back to Cole,
Hmm.
he'll warm me up to the situation,
Hmm.
positive talk combined with other upperclassmen. They've been here before. Like I'm all ears to them. They know what they're talking about. They walk me through it. In the beginning of the season, they did that, but now everyone's kind of just accepting, and I think the
Hmm.
nerves are a lot lower than the beginning.
Definitely, definitely, and that's what's helping winning these past few games where gets yeah, and then going into the coming up game tomorrow, it's what's going to help winning. And how are you preparing for that game? Like I know you were talking about like keeping the nerves out, but like what's like the stretching wise going to be like? How are you going to prepare yourself to have a great game?
I'm just going to prepare like usual, a little
Hmm.
stretching, throwing, but
Hmm.
most of it's in the mind,
Yeah.
clear my mind, obviously to get those nerves out. It
Hmm.
happens to everyone. Stress is a real thing.
Yeah.
And just deep breaths just helps. And realizing that, end of the day, kids game. And,
Hmm.
lucky as a freshman,
Hmm.
I still have 3 more years no matter what. But at the same time, I'm playing my heart out for those that will not have a high school season after.
Hmm. Um, so besides your brother, obviously, who else do you look up to? Like any like MLB guys, that maybe you like trying to keep your swing like. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know you're a Yankees fan. I like to emulate my swing with Aaron Judge. I like how he
Hmm.
gets his bat path in the strike zone early.
Hmm.
And then on the pitching side, I really like Spencer Strider.
Hmm.
Fortunately, he's out with a elbow problem, but
Hmm.
I like how he can generate velocity, and it's something I'd like to emulate.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember when I would play baseball, I would try to make sure my swing was like Aaron Judge because I would also be right field. So I thought, big kid, I was like Aaron Judge on
Yeah.
the team. So besides pitching, what other positions do you play?
The coaches have me in center and
Hmm.
third base.
Hmm. So with third base, I mean that's the farthest infield wise. That's the farthest you have to throw. How does like the arm feel? Like if like you get all these balls to throw, does it hurt sometimes? Like how do you control your arm, make sure it's like the best it can be?
Yeah, it obviously can hurt, but I have to
Hmm.
the work after that no one sees arm care, bands,
Yeah.
plyo, conditioning your arm and strengthening just the little muscles in the back of your
Hmm.
arm. It just helps you keep you healthy even after you pitch.
Hmm.
Of course, there's going to be pain, but you got to limit that.
Yeah. And also for center field, that's like the kind of like the main guy in the outfield gets the most action. What's that like? What's the communication like with you and the other outfielders? How do you control that in a game time situation?
Well, being the center fielder, you obviously got to take charge.
Hmm.
But I think I have to attest to the other people around me. I
Hmm.
have trust that, like, if there's any ball in the gap that I might
Hmm.
not be able to get, of course, I'll try to get there, but I still have faith that they can back me up or
Hmm.
I can back them up and we will still get that out.
Hmm. Um, so for this coming up game, do you know if you're pitching or not? Like, is there like a game plan coming into that game? Like whether pitching wise or whatnot.
Yeah, I think there is a game plan. I think we're running the same offense.
Hmm.
It's working, so I
Yeah.
don't think we'll mess with it. But
Yeah.
I think again we'll have our ace Cole. He's
Hmm.
very good. Obviously committed to Columbia University, and I have a lot of faith in him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anybody else on the mound, and I think with
Mhm.
him, you know, we'll be able to get the dub.
Yeah, I remember. Ever since I feel like it was Palisades game where you guys lost 8-6. But even since that game, the bats have been getting hot. Like I remember the two games against Bangor. I think one of them you only had 3 hits, but then the next it boosts up a lot. So the bats have definitely been getting hot. So can't mess with that. But for you, is there any plan for you to play baseball outside of high school, going into college, and maybe even to the minors and major leagues?
Yeah, that's definitely a goal of mine.
Hmm.
I have a travel team after in the summer,
Hmm.
and I hope to play my best and hopefully get some attention from
Mhm.
coaches. Obviously, I'm still trying to win in those games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to play college baseball.
hmm So you said after districts comes states, correct?
Yeah.
So so what's that like playing? Is that like playing like against different states or like at different parts of the state of Pennsylvania?
Well, actually, it's only PA,
Mhm.
and right now we're in our own district. But then once states comes around, we'll be facing everyone from around PA
Mhm.
to see who's number one, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah. So is the states is that only like in high school or was there stuff like that during middle school when you played?
No, middle school there was no states, only high school.
So that was only like the travel team and like kind of all stars stuff like that. Was that only middle school?
Yeah, that's
hmm
when I was younger. That would be
Yeah.
the bracket tournament style
hmm
baseball.
Yeah. So have you ever played in like the all stars game?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I actually did do the Little League All Stars, and
hmm
like I said, travel ball. A lot
Yeah.
of those weekends or tournaments.
hmm So what was that like? I mean, it's probably what like multiple games each weekend, and it's like a hard schedule. What was that like for you, and how did you get through that?
Well, it's just even back then trusting my team
hmm
and just realizing that I mean sometimes you got your back against the wall and you have to win out or else you're
hmm
done. So getting used to that pressure,
hmm
and it's something that probably prepared me for this upcoming district and state run.
hmm So for not like for like the rest of the season, but the coming up season next year, what do you have? Like, what kind of goals do you have for yourself and for the team? Yeah, if that makes sense.
Goals, we would just obviously we always want to be undefeated.
hmm
Uh, goals to be, well, for me, help out my team as much as possible, and for the
hmm
team, just win as much as possible.
Yeah.
Hopefully, get district championship again,
hmm
and depending on how it goes now, maybe 4 or 3 time district champs,
hmm
and maybe hopefully get back to that states.
hmm And didn't you guys win districts last year? I think it was.
Yeah, the past 2 years we
hmm
have won districts.
hmm So then that would help too a lot because a lot of the kids that played in those are still playing now, so it gives you a lot of like good mindsets around you, and it would definitely help a lot. And then also with wrestling, how like what are some goals for that this coming up year?
Uh, Goals obviously make the team, but
hmm
more importantly, go far again, win as
Yep.
much as possible, and uh, kind of just work hard to get those wins as a team and as an individual.
hmm and so for the states, do you guys know who you're playing yet, or is it depending on how the districts go?
It depends on how the district goes, but depending if we win or if we lose, we get a number one seed from a different district,
hmm
or if we win, we get a number two. So obviously, this game is very important.
hmm So who are like so you said like the number one or number two? Who are the possible like teams to go against? Like, is there like a little group like a 3, 4 teams that is a possibility to go to, or is there a lot of other games that depends on that game as well?
I think right now it's up to 4 teams.
hmm
Like I said, depending if we win or lose, and depending if those teams, depending on their district championship, who wins and loses.
hmm Well, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
Um,
for having me.
Yep. So you have a great day and good luck tomorrow. I'll be there rooting for you. You know, make sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck. Have a great night.
You too.